Thank you so much for stopping by today. So I told you I wanted to take you along our journey of expanding the garden. So today we are talking about filling the raised beds. So I want you to make sure you watch all the way to the end, because what I was thinking and what we ended up doing were two totally different things. So I will link the other video of expanding the garden where we went more into detail of the size of the beds and where we got them from. So make sure you go back and watch that so you can follow us along on this journey. So the first thing that we did was I wanted to add our walkways in. These are 24 inches wide, and to me they look a little bit narrow, but it's 24 inches wide. I had my daughter go ahead, put down the weed fabric so that we can spread some wood chips on there. And I promise y'all, I had to call her back outside about 5 times because she was just like rolling it out real quick and not doing it right. I'm one who believes in doing it right the first time, so you don't have to keep going back to try to refix something that you could have did right the first time. So I knew I wanted to get this garden up and running as quickly as possible. So my husband went ahead and laid down cardboard boxes. We skipped tilling altogether. We do have a small tiller, but we seriously need a more heavy duty tiller like the ones that you rent at the big box stores, so that we can really not spend a whole lot of time doing this. So that's why we just opted out of tilling and just putting the cardboard down to begin to fill the raised beds. There are so many ways that you can fill a raised bed. You can do like leaves and grass clippings and cardboard, kind of what they call the lasagna type. You just keep layering the leaves, the grass, the clippings, the compost, the cardboard, and then you just continue to layer until you get all the way up to the top. I've also known some people to put logs and also like branches in the raised beds, because over time they will break down as well. At the time, I could not do the lasagna method with the leaves and the grass clippings, because although we have plenty of trees in the back of our property and we get plenty of leaves in the fall/winter that fall into the yard, we had already went through our initial spring cleaning where we kind of got up all the branches, all of the leaves. We did that, and we have like a recycle program of yard waste in our city. So every Wednesday we were already sitting, putting it out to be picked up. So you just seen a whole bunch of soil. So the big box stores had a sale on all of their soil. Now our raised beds at the time had not came in, but I knew they were on the way. It took a little bit longer to get shipped out, so I just started picking up the soil from the big box stores while it was on sale, because I wanted to do the soil, a peat moss mix, and a compost mix all in one. So I was collecting this and thinking that when they do come, this is enough to get me started and to go ahead and get all of my plants started. Now, needless to say, it did get me started, but it only got me started with filling one box. That soil, the peat moss, and the compost, I was only able to fill just one box. And here's the mistake that I made. The mistake that I made was I took into account the length and the width. And if you're starting a new raised bed, you can go online and do like a raised bed calculator, because you can put in the size of the bed and it will give you the amount of cubic feet. Now, I did not do that because I thought that I was, I thought I could just eye it and say, okay, this is definitely enough, but I was totally wrong. And so that's why it only filled up one bed, is because I didn't take into account that the height of the raised bed was 19 inches. Most of my raised beds in the other garden are between 6 and 9 inches in height, and we're talking about an additional 10 inches. So because these are the extra deep raised beds, so that is where I made the mistake. So by the time I filled the first raised bed up and I was getting ready to go get more soil, the price of the soil had went up double and I was not going to pay it. The compost was out. We were out of compost in our area for almost 2 weeks. No one could tell you when they were coming, when they were going to get some back in stock. So this was a moment and a prime example of you live and you learn. You have to go ahead and take calculations and plan out for this thing. So let me show you right now what we ended up doing, and we should have did this to begin with. So after days of sitting and calculating how much I thought it was going to be, my husband was so nice to go out to different places that are probably about an hour to hour and a half away from us and get some pricing on some compost slash, I think the guy say compost, topsoil, and wood chip mix. He told me that this was an organic mix right here. This is one of their popular mixes. Now, as soon as he dropped it off, it started raining because I was so excited to go ahead and fill my raised beds up. But I could tell it was a quality mix. I love the smell of it, the fluffiness of it. So that's what we did. We ended up contacting a company and having them deliver. I want to say this is 3 yards of soil that is going into the raised bed. So that's what we did. And that probably, if you're starting a lot of raised bed gardening, that probably may be the best route for someone to go. I know that as we continue to extend, I'm definitely going to go this route. I'm not even going to waste my time at the big box stores trying to lug all those bags, because it was a reasonable price. The only thing that really got us was the delivery fee. Like, the delivery fee was almost $100, but it was still more inexpensive than buying the bags of soil from the big box stores. And still, at this time when they delivered this soil, it was still no compost in our area. So thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you share this video with your family and your friends. And if you are not a subscriber, we would absolutely love to have you subscribe to our channel, and make sure you do the drop down, select all, so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and until the next video, bye bye.